your way in, and Corrin's like landing pressure is just excellent.
Yes, the
so
aerials go
difficult,
crazy.
so difficult for Min Min to contest with because, like, if she wants to cover cross up, she has to like ram nair out a shield, and like Corrin is way too safe to have that happen to her. I think.
Tricky character, and like you got the pin maneuverability, you've got some good off-stage game.
For sure.
So no, I'm with it. I'm with it. And yeah, they're seeing the Min Min on the other side of the screen. It's like, okay, this is a very tough character. You know, because if you are someone who doesn't know how to really get in versus Min Min, you're going to be snuffed out constantly. And there's some tricks that Min Min's can pull out. I feel like I should just say every character's a matchup check. And maybe that's just the state of Ultimate now. Is like if you aren't a very like straightforward Palatine or Roy Cloud, like you now are going to get matchup checked by anyone with a somewhat deviant mechanic.
Yeah, that's the kind of the nature of a game with 89 characters that tries to distinguish all 89 characters. You're going to end up with something,
especially like true to the character's origins. Like a lot of the third parties and like other characters are. It's like, yeah, if you're fighting Kazuya, you're gonna have to be in for a world of hurt.
Absolutely.
Min Min, world of hurt.
Starting off here, Silk absolutely going to find those conversions. Min Min is a character who, like, of course, once you get in it, she has very few combo escape options, and that's such a big deal if you can't land or can't combo escape versus Corrin, because she will put you, she'll like do like 30%, catch an air dodge, and then do another 30%, and then catch your landing.
I think one of her best get-off-me buttons is like up smash, and then at the same time, she has probably one of the weakest tether grabs in the game, so if you can get her decently off stage, you can just get some good stocks normally.
Absolutely.
And slow grab as well, because that's like a very, like, I forget what the term is, it's like a very long-range grab.
For sure. I will say, though, pin being as long as it is going to be a great tool versus that grab I think we just saw. Like, if that grab, like, if you get that startup or if it whiffs, then...
And not to mention the Power Dragon for 20 seconds. Ooh, as I say it, you get sniped.
If the jump is caught, then that dragon, like, Charge Dragon is a death sentence.
It really is. Because, like, again, bigger hitbox, bigger laser. You got to be a little bit in the know about that. It's not like a huge game changer, but it's just like something like, okay, well, I can't get hit by this even more now.
Absolutely. Great pressure at ledge, though, from Silk. I think that, like, even just kind of whittling Habibi, eventually, like, you're going to find, like, the pin, the landing, like, the late nair into up air. It's just, like, positioning is, like, so tantamount to both of these characters, and we're going to see a lot of that throughout this matchup.
Yes. And now it's a game of, like, can Silk clean the plate? Would the pin do it? Not quite enough.
Habibi's shield, that's like some, like, enhanced PV shield discipline right there.
It is. Okay, off the top. We're going to take it off the top.
We'll take it.
That's stock. That's on the board.
All right.
And now it's a game of like, okay, well, you're down a crazy chunk of percent. It's mostly just like, okay, I need to actually get physically into that space.
Absolutely.
And then keep closing the distance.
I'll say, sometimes even scarier than being sent off stage by Min Min is being in the percent where you're sent into tumble that's still on stage, because she could tech chase with like Ram into another arm to kind of keep the damage going.
Yes.
Or she just gets so much off of like just charging Megawatt on a roll.
Oh yeah, that absolutely is brutal. That hurts real bad. And for the most part, we're just seeing a lot of Ram because it's a great way to avoid vertical approaches and get some fun things in there.
Almost, I want to say, finding that edge guard, but Habibi's been like doing a really good job of kind of bobbing and weaving off stage, I think.
And that's, I mean, if you're playing a boxer in the ARMS universe, you got to know how to bob and weave.
Yeah, I guess she technically is a boxer.
That's the craziest boxer I've ever seen.
I'm saying that cannot be regulation. So far, just kind of understanding that like Silk has to, as Corrin, you have to find your way in, like in the air. And Habibi just not letting it happen, positioning himself behind the platform so the approach is more difficult.
Yeah, so you can see that all these whiff grabs are just Silk aren't finding, because you have to get through the platform first, and then you'll have so much of a window to punish. And what can you punish? Well, you get the clean pin. That's a very, very clean pin.
That was great awareness. Kind of understanding that, like, so Habibi's been like waiting for the aerial at this point, so just clipping him right then and there. Min Min, you don't necessarily want to be down versus Corrin. I think that. So, like, Corrin can afford to be, like, a little bit more evasive. It's not,
what a call out. That's, again, that's not quite the ZSS up throw jump scare, but that's still, you got to be in the know.
I was startled.
Yeah. I bet so was Silk there as well.
Absolutely. Not showing it, though, as they get another 30% advantage. Great late nair. Going to find another 30.
I mean, yeah, that's what you keep getting those piecemeals to the ledge. Keep trying to get call outs as much as you can. Ooh. Oh, and he actually landed behind and got the grab as well.
That was great.
Not quite getting the follow-up punish that you really wanted, though. And some more tricky movement. You're getting called out on the second hit of the arm, though.
Yeah.
So still got to be kind of really wary of that, especially as like you're now an even percentage. And you can see the new air dodges coming out from Silk. Like, okay, I can't get hit here. I need to keep some semblance of stage advantage.
Exactly.
Or else I just am toast. And there's Megawatt on deck too.
Yeah, Meatball online. All right, and that's just, and that, like you called out earlier with first arm, that second, like conditioning for the second arm is going to be like the linchpin, I think, in Habibi's like game plan for the rest of game one here. Sort of just, again, like finding his way behind the platform, not even under it, to restrict Silk's approach.
Okay, yeah, Nair, or like one of the aerials of Corrin are just so tricky and they're so deceptively long range.
Absolutely, long range and active.
Not quite finding your mark. Just constantly on death's door here is Silk. Switching back to the Ram to get the snipe, and there it is.
That'll do it, the bread and butter, the tried and true.
Yep, and look at the awareness from Habibi being like, even though Megawatt is a very good option here, it's a very good way to seal the deal. In this scenario, I can swap to Ram real quick, and if it doesn't work out, I can maybe back off a bit, and then just swap it on the fly as well back to Megawatt.
Absolutely, like, honestly, like, because like charge Ram Smash is not a commitment at ledge. You're not committing. Like,
you got time.
Because even if it whiffs and Silk can instant get up and like instant get ups, you by that point Min is backing up and probably throwing out the second arm.
Yes. So some food for thought for Silk. I mean, that was a close game.
It was a very close game, and I think that if we see more of that presence from Silk at ledge, I think, because we saw a good few strong plays at ledge, that could be like the closer for the rest of this set, I think.
So we're just running it back, and that's always an interesting sign of the player being like, okay, well, it's not the stage, it's me. It's I am the player in the scenario. I just need to level up more, especially when it's a close game.
Absolutely. No, and very fair awareness. Don't put yourself on a bad stage because you're worried about game one.
And even also, it's also good to mention that they just like gentlemen here anyway, even though technically it's not on the main list.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we don't care. That's the MDB away as well.
Exactly.
Like, we will just go here. And look at that maneuverability for the wings. That's some good stuff from Silk.
That was so good.
Woo, that's a good stock.
Excellent sequence from Silk, and honestly, 80%, like, unless you get hit by charge Megawatt, you're not dying yet.
And just look at this extension. Couldn't quite get the reset on the platform.
Great pressure.
But again, you're still just stuffing Habibi in the corner. And we duck it, we dodge it.
Absolutely.
It's a big old laser. We try to avoid it.
Silk with the presence of mind to not like kind of recognize when Habibi is looking to get, like, not just to push advantage, but to kill.
Yeah, just avoiding Megawatt constantly is like, yes, this is a difficult game. Getting called up by the grab, actually. Respecting the damage too much and getting grabbed for it.
For
stage, in the corner.
All right, covering with up tilt, great.
A little bit of an up-B special here with a little bit of a punch.
Absolutely, and I believe that is also powered up by grab, by the way.
Good to know. I mean, that does pack a serious punch. That does. It was like 150 or something, but that's still going to be pretty good.
Oh yeah, no.
Not getting the follow up with the back air, but you're still got your opponent in the corner. Not chasing after the air dodge.
Nope, that was smart. Don't go farther than you need to.
This really is the vertical game of like. Traditionally, being above your opponent is the worst spot to be in, but Silk has, for the most part, found the correct ways to really be up there.
Absolutely.
And continuing just trying to find a hit in.
Especially versus Min, who certainly struggles with like the 45-degree kind of angle, like the jump-ins sometimes, like unless you're like at ram distance.
Ooh, that was kill sparks, but it's not quite enough. And getting called out here with the up-B.
Dangerous position if you are recognizing the air dodge, but not the spacing.
And a little bit of a chainsaw action here, not quite enough. Then you're going to get back thrown for your trouble. We're resetting the situation.
That's a really tough spot to be in, and Habibi just with the like kind of literally doing what Silk was trying to do. I think a good 15 seconds ago. Good pin, but not gonna kill. Min, heavy kind of girl. She's got a lot of protein,
a lot of ramen, and ramen's dense.
That's very true.
I mean, that is nourishing and it is dense. So I mean, she's eating good. She's training good. That's gonna be another laser. Do you even have us jump? Yeah, you just air dodge out.
Just kind of understanding. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just kind of gone from that point. If you, at best, you maybe get an air dodge into up, but even at that distance, it might have just been too much. So it's like, okay, I gotta focus on losers bracket now. I'm gonna see you later.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. You know what? Keep the energy. Like sometimes it's not worth fatiguing yourself in winners.